Back in June, user OGJimbo did a video on a man by the name of Mohamed Nazim, a resident of the Maldives who stood up in a crowded auditorium and said to the lecturer, a cleric by the name of Zakir Naik, "I have read the translation of Quran, yet I still do not believe in a religion. What do you think my verdict would be, since Maldives is 100% Muslim, as many claim, but I do not believe so?" Islamic cleric Zakir Naik asked Mohamed Nazim, "Are you a Muslim?" And Mohamed Nazim replied, "I am not." At which point the crowd of devout Muslims were outraged. They shouted curses, insults, and Mohamed Nazim was attacked and arrested. OGJimbo expressed concern and wondered what had become of Mr. Nazim. The last report on the whole incident stated that after spending a day or so in jail, he'd reconsidered his position and again accepted Allah and the Muslim faith. I'm sure the reconversion was quite sincere and had nothing to do with the threat of loss of his citizenship, a state-ordered death by beheading, or death by an angry mob that would drag him from his cell and do some good old-fashioned mob justice. What very few people know is I made a point of tracking down Mr. Nazim. After about a month of failed attempts where I tried to contact Mr. Nazim's lawyer, the Maldives embassy, the local newspapers in the Maldives, not to mention the offices of President Mohamed Nasheed, I finally made contact. We exchanged messages. He briefly told me that he had been away traveling for the past month. He had just gotten back, and yes, his life was still in jeopardy and he was under a great deal of scrutiny. Now at that time he did give me permission to do a video speaking about some of his experiences during the past month since he spoke out and renounced Islam. But at that time, after giving some serious thought about it, I choose to not do such a video. I try to exercise some responsibility on what I put on my channel, and the idea that a video I post may lead to a man's death, I decided I could not risk that. But it is 7 months later, and I get the impression that the political climate in the Maldives is shifting as more people speak out in the fight against religious extremism. So I contacted Mr. Nazim again, and we chatted at some length about his experiences over the past half a year. And for the most part, he is doing well. Despite publicly renouncing atheism and accepting Islam, he has suffered from his short time as a publicly avowed atheist in a state religion ordained Islamic society. And by the way, Mohamed Nazim checked out my YouTube channel, and I am quite pleased to say he found it to his liking. I suspect he is one of my newest subscribers. Mr. Nazim has graciously offered to answer any questions anyone here on YouTube may be interested in asking. So anyone here who has any questions they might like to ask of Mr. Nazim, write them in the comments section down below. This is a rare opportunity that I'd take advantage of if I was you. You get to ask a man living in a country where saying you are not a Muslim will at the least cost you your citizenship. At the most, you will be executed. A man who is the first citizen of the Maldives to ever publicly denounce Islam and declare himself an atheist. You get to ask him just what that was like and how it has affected him. Now I'm going to ask you to get the word out on the following. A grassroots organization in the Maldives is having their first Maldivians for Freedom of Religion March on December 12th. I'll link you to their Facebook page, and they've been getting quite a bit of grief and nastiness from Muslims who object to the concept of religious freedom. So go to that Facebook page and express your support for these Maldivian citizens who are brave enough to stand up against the cowardly supporters of extremism and bigotry. Go to the link and comment. Comment that your well wishes and good thoughts are with them, and you support their fight for the right for Maldivians to believe as they see fit without facing fear of loss of home or death. So ask your questions of Mr. Nazim below. Spread the word and have everyone go to the Maldivians for Freedom Religion Facebook page and offer your support. This is the True Puka coming to you from New York City. And remember, if you find these words upsetting,
I know there's no use getting angry. I know there's no use being sad. I'm much too tired to